Welcome to Sew with Monty. This episode is going to be about making a casing used to encase elastic or a casing to use as a hem. What I've done here, I've taken a 5" by 7" sample and I've drawn a line where my fold line will be 1.5 inches from the raw edge. So we're going to fold the fabric first on the red line and I'm going to pin it down and then press it right along the fold line. We'll steam. I'm using pins instead of using my fingers so I don't get burnt. After you have this fold, now we have to deal with this raw edge here because we don't want to leave that exposed. So we're going to turn it under approximately 1/4 inch. If you need to measure it, you can use a seam gauge or you can just pin it by eye, by measurement. You just want to turn it in approximately 1/4 inch. Once you have this turned under, pin it down and press it once more on this folded edge. This keeps any raw edges from being exposed. After you have it pressed so beautifully, see, you've got your first fold and your second fold. You're going to sew along this edge right here, and that will create your casing for a hem or for elastic. For a hem, you can see it gives it body. So this is a really nice treatment for a pair of casual pants or shorts or skirt or the bottom edge of a top. As long as it's a straight hem, this is a great way to finish it off, and it gives it a little body too, so it enhances its look. And that's a casing hem with the edge stitch right there. This is a 1/4 inch double fold hem, and I want to show you how to make it. I've drawn a red line right here at my fold line. Now, this is a magic marker. Don't do that to your real fabric. Use a piece of chalk or a pencil fabric marker so that it doesn't bleed through. But note that I've got a 5/8 inch allowance here. And then I'm going to crease it right on the 5/8 inch line using my pins to hold it to the ironing board so I don't burn my fingers. And right on the fold line of that red line is where you want to fold it. And then gently press it. Now, different than the casing hem, we're going to undo this hem and we're going to take the raw edge of this hem and put it right on the fold line of the original 5/8 inch fold. And then you turn it up, making sure you keep that raw edge right on the original fold line. And then we press again. Now, the reason we use 5/8 instead of a 1/2 inch, which would have been a 1/4, which you'd think would be a 1/4 inch hem, the 5/8 allows us room to put the edge stitch along this folded edge so that when you measure it on the right side, from the folded edge to the stitch will be a 1/4 inch. You need a little extra, that's why you fold it at a 5/8 inch. I'm going to show you how to make a blind hem stitch on your sewing machine. This is another thing that sometimes can be intimidating. It's been a lot of evolution with this method, but I want to try to explain to you how I do it and the pitfalls and the pluses about it. The setting that you use, at least on my machine, is the one that is 09. It's got like little dash lines which looks like a straight stitch and then a zigzag, then straight, then zigzag. That's the one I use for wovens. Now they also have another one that it's for a knit, and it has a little zigzag in between there, which I'm not seeing right away. Anyway, we're going to work with this one, 09, and here's how you fold your fabric. First thing you want to do is press your hem where you want that hem to be. And then on the other side of the fabric, you turn back the part of your garment, the main part of your garment, so that you just have the edge of your hem exposed. So this would be the main part of my garment. This is my hem, and I just flip the garment back So I have just the edge of my hem exposed, about 1/4 inch, 5/16. Now, let's discuss this. Your machine may come with a foot that looks much like this. It's got a little blade in here, and it's called a blind hem foot. Now, my blade, for some reason, doesn't align properly, and it doesn't successfully catch my fabric. I don't know if that can be adjusted. I'm looking at it, but I don't see any screw holes that I can adjust it. So I'm going to show you how to do it without using your blind foot. I encourage you, though, if you have one of these feet, to try it, because your machine may work. It's just maybe something with mine that it's not balanced quite right. So I'm going to use a regular foot, and I put it on 09. It'll automatically give me a suggested setting, and then you can adjust it. Right now I have it adjusted as the longest stitch length and the widest stitch. So you can bring it up or down, but this is the maximum it will actually do. Now when I put this in here, I like to put my first stitch, and you always want to do a sample close to the fold, and then just go slowly and see what happens. Always do a sample. And then once you see the bite, the overcast bite size you want, then notice where your fold is in relation to your foot, because that's what you want to keep it lined up on. Right now I have the fold lined up on the edge of this inside lobe of my foot. And I'm going to keep it there because it looks like it's catching just right. And I'm just going to go down through here. This is not a speedy thing. Don't try to speed. Go slow. It's okay every now and then if you're so slow. And then when you get to the end, like I said, you want to test this on a scrap first, but that's what it'll look like on the inside. See how it's just caught the edge of my fabric? And then when you open it up, there's your stitch. See, there's your hem. Now this is green on a white fabric, but if this had been white on white, and once I press it, it'd be very, very hard to see. And that's how you do a blind stitch. Very simple.